Hey PJs, welcome back to another video. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe down below to become part of my PJ squad, which is always awesome. And as always, comment down below what you guys would like to see next, or if you just want to hop down there and say hello, I'll be answering as many comments as I can. So today I'm reviewing Marnight slime. They are another subscriber slime shop, so I'm so excited that more of you guys are sending packages. If you'd like to send one, or even if you don't have a slime shop, if you'd honestly like to send me anything, just feel free to email me and we can get that worked out. But anyways, they sent me a little care card and a thank you. They also sent me some borax and a little baggie full of candy and their business card. Everything was packaged so nicely. So they sent me 4 slimes. They're all 8 ounces, I believe, and they all have this black lid container, which is so like glossy. You can see my phone in the background. But anyways, they all come with their slime logo on the top and then the slime name on the side, and all of them came without cracks or leaks. They were bubble wrapped perfectly and everything came awesome. So starting off with the first slime, we have Patrick Star, which was a pink butter slime on the top and then a purple and green bingsu slime on the bottom. As you guys can see though, it did mix pretty fairly in shipping. That does happen especially now with the warmer months, so I was expecting that. But if you want to see what it actually looks like, you could always go to their website. But it came with these like 2 clay pieces and eyeballs. I kind of tried to make the clay pieces look like arms, but it looks more like a mustache, so I do apologize for that. But I did get to mix the slime the rest of the way, which is super fun to do. As you guys could see, it was kind of sticky. I did add a little bit of activator, no biggie, especially like I said, hot months are coming, so this was definitely to be expected. And then when you mix it together, it becomes a dark pink color with some bingsu beads in it and overall like a clay-ish texture. So the texture to me is actually really interesting because I kind of like, it's tricking my brain. It wants me to say that it feels like a regular glue slime, like just a school glue slime, but at the same time it feels like a clay slime, and honestly my brain can't decide which one it feels more like. So I was just sitting there and I was trying to figure it out. It was just messing with my brain, but I love it because honestly the bubble pops on this were glorious. They were so fun and it inflates, it's holdable. It's just one of those slimes that's really good for beginners because it's just so versatile, so I love that. I didn't notice if it had a scent to it and I didn't check, that's my bad, but to me it kind of just smelled like foaming hand soap. But honestly I wouldn't really know what to put as a slime. It's kind of one of those ones I'm just like, I don't know, but overall it was so nice. So this one does get 5 out of 5 pajamas. So this next slime is Peppermint Candyland, and this is a 2-toned slime. They said in the description it's like a cloud texture, so I wasn't really sure what to expect, but it had these little peppermint Fimo slices in them, and I couldn't pick up on a scent for this one either. I didn't even smell like the foaming hand soap that I smelled in the last one. It just kind of smelled like glue, which I was perfectly fine with. But you guys, besides the awesomeness that I got to do with mixing this, the texture has honestly become one of my favorites. It feels so nice. It's like the last one, it's kind of confusing me because it feels and looks like an icy, maybe cloud cream hybrid, but it's like really smooth and spreadable like a butter slime, and I've never felt anything like this and I honestly love it. I will say that the instant snow that was used is that kind that a lot of people will say is like diaper filling because it kind of falls out of the slime, it doesn't like to stay, and it has more of a clear look to it. Honestly, finding the correct snow that you're supposed to use in these can be difficult sometimes, but I would definitely try to look around for a better type. This one didn't have a ton of fallout to it, which was nice, but I definitely think that the texture could improve and the fallout will be no more if you can find the correct type. It's really hard to explain, but some of them just work for slime and some of them don't. So that's pretty much the only thing I could recommend for this one. You'll see me try to show what I'm talking about in the slime here, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. It just doesn't like to sit in the slime very well, but that's really the only complaint that I would have about this slime. But other than that, I absolutely love this slime. It's so versatile, just like the last one. Great for beginners, great for people that are looking for a different type of texture, because this one just blew my mind. It is so fun to play with. Like, I had more clips of this one than I could probably work with because I just could not stop playing with this one. Honestly, it's one of those textures that I just gotta recommend you guys to try for yourselves because it feels so nice. And I also love how inflating it gets. I failed to show like how much it inflated, but it was almost double its size. It was so nice. And I just, like I said, I just could not stop playing with this one. It was just so addicting. So I will give this one 4.5 out of 5 pajamas just because of that snow residue fallout type of stuff. But other than that, I love this one. This third slime is called Cotton Candy Swirl, and it does have pretty much the same texture as the first one. It's got a clay pink top with a blue bingsu bead slime on the bottom, and just like the first one, it did mix slightly in transit, but honestly barely any, so I got to mix this one. And you guys, something about mixing cotton candy slimes is my favorite just because of how beautiful the colors usually are, and it's just so satisfying to mix for some reason. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but cotton candy slimes are like the best to mix together. But this one was so fun to mix, and it's just so pretty. But like I said, it does pretty much have the same texture as the first one. I think this one is a little more clay based than that one, so I do like the slight change in texture, but it still pretty much has all the same characteristics. It's still super poppy and it inflates. You can poke it, you can squeeze it. It's, you know, all around a great slime. And I also love that the blue on the bottom didn't change the base all too much. Most cotton candy slimes that you guys probably know of will turn into more of a purple color, but I do love that the pink color kind of stayed on this one. Definitely a nice change, and because of those blue bingsu beads in it, it still keeps that cotton candy theme to it, so I love that. And I also absolutely love the scent in this one. Some cotton candy slimes to me smell like bubble bath, and you guys know I've talked about it a million times already, but bubble bath is one of my favorite scents. I used to eat the bubbles of bubble bath when I was a kid because it just smells so good. I don't know, it's just one of those scents that just, it gets to me. It smells so nice, and this one is like the perfect ratio. You don't have to stick it up to your nose to smell it, but you can smell it as soon as the container opens, but it's not too strong. It's so nice, and oh my goodness, I'm obsessed. So this one, without a doubt, gets 5 out of 5 pajamas. It is so awesome. So the last slime for this review is Pastel Power, and this is a 4-toned slime that comes with a baggie of sprinkles and bingsu beads and a charm. It is so beautiful. It did mix, of course, just a little bit like the other 3, but I'm perfectly okay with that. But you guys, look at how beautiful the colors are, and this goldfish charm is adorable. I just love this. Like, it's one of those slimes that I hurt to mix together just because of how pretty it is. Like, there's so many different colors, and like, There were 4 colors originally, but I can count at least 5 just because of like the colors that mix together. So I honestly think it looks even better mixed like this. But anyways, it was so fun to mix together. I loved seeing all the colors mix into each other, and I know a lot of people might not like the color that it turned into because it's kind of more of a grayish tone to it, but I honestly love it. I love I love gray colors, black colors, white colors. I'm just one of those monotone color type of people. And I also love how unique the color is in general. I think on camera it turns a little more purple, but in real life it's like purple mixed with blue mixed with gray, and then it's lightened so that it's super light. You guys could hopefully see what I'm talking about, but it's just it's so cute, like such a cool color. I'm mixing up my words because I just love the color that much. It just looks so cool. I will say, as far as I could tell, this one is unscented just like the first 2, but for me, it smells kind of like the foaming hand soap that was used in the first one, but a little sweeter. And honestly, I don't know if it's just the same and maybe my nose is just messed up, but whatever that scent is that was used, whether it was foaming hand soap or lotion or whatever, honestly, if it was stronger in this slime, it would fit perfectly because it was such a nice, sweet, subtle scent that I think it would fit the slime perfectly. And that way you didn't have to buy like a super expensive scent for this slime. And I think it would fit because it's just a nice, sweet scent and it smells good. So the texture is like the peppermint one in the icy and cloud cream aspect without having that butter part that I was talking about. So I do like the slight change in texture with this one as well. But I will say I didn't like this one nearly as much. I think something about it changed, whether there was more instant snow in it or something like that. But it does have more fallout because it is of course that same instant snow. So you will see it on my desk, and there's more on my hands, which I try to show later. I kind of failed at it, but you'll see what I'm talking about. But I will say that I did have to activate it just a little bit, but that's perfectly normal. And I will say how much I loved the bubble pops on this. Like, they sound so crunchy because of like the icy aspect to it, but it's still not like super wet. It's still like kind of dry because of the cloud cream part. It's just a very nice in between of the two. So like the peppermint one, if you changed the instant snow that was used, I think this one would be absolutely perfect. And honestly, if the snow was changed, I think that the texture would just be absolutely immaculate because this is already nice and it has residue. Most of the time, I don't like slimes that have residue, but I can't stop playing with this one. Residue or not, it is addicting. So this one will get 4 out of 5 pajamas just because there's more fallout with this one and it is pretty bad. I will say, I'm sorry, I failed to show it, but it was like all over my hands. You could see it on the desk, but other than that, I love this one. The only reason I'm taking off for it is because of that residue, but addicting. But with that, that is the end of the review. If you want to check out this shop, which I definitely recommend, I will leave them in a link down below in the description. But without further ado, I am signing off, and I will see you guys in the next one.